We're recording, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Hey, folks.
Well, before we go to Hunter x Hunter, because I really want to go into that.
Oh yeah, I want to go through some side shit real quick before we just dive right into the meat and potatoes of the pod.
What is your favorite Vegeta kill?
I want to say Android 19.
I already knew your answer.
That shit was cold, bro. I'm sorry. We've had a whole discussion about this. Mm-hmm. That shit coming right off the heels of the Frieza saga, knowing that now there's a transformation that can happen like that. Mm-hmm. And now the only other purebred Saiyan finally achieving that thing. Like because at that point, let's be real, none of us really cared for Vegeta at that point. Not like
I feel like
that.
Vegeta held a very big part in the Namek saga.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm saying that he wasn't that character until that moment. That moment stamped him as being that nigga right then and there.
I definitely agree.
That's why that moment is my favorite one.
I honestly believe that Vegeta was already Super Saiyan, but he was on the sidelines seeing them fight and was coming up with shit to say against that android. Because he punched that nigga, he said, "Oh, you're bleeding with a faulty machine." That nigga wrote that down before he went over there. He was like, "Oh, that's a bar."
Yeah, okay. That shit on the palm of his glove.
He was just like, oh, dishwasher. He is a compliance, all right.
That nigga Goku was getting stomped out, and Vegeta's just in the sky hovering there, writing catchphrases on his gloves.
He was just like, bro, I got to make sure I say some cold shit before I walk over there. What the fuck is going on with Goku? Is he holding his chest? I hold it a little bit longer because I'm about to call this nigga a fucking dishwasher.
He was like, they made it grape flavored, Goku. Why didn't you take it?
Goku probably was not thinking about that shit. He got that shit and then put that in like his underwear drawer and was just like, I'll get back to it later.
This nigga failed the test before he even got to the classroom.
That's why Yamcha had to think as Goku when he showed up at the crib. Where would Goku leave that shit? It ain't food, not in the refrigerator.
All you had to do was take it as soon as it was given to you. You got that shit like 3 years ago.
But did it work then?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit. I don't know when he was supposed to take it, but I know you were given it.
Yeah, that's true.
Why didn't you fucking take it? And almost died any fucking way.
Well, I've already told you mine before, but I'm going to say it again. It was choice. That was my favorite one, bruh. Because first off, before the fight even happened, you felt like Goku and Vegeta was on each other's side. Because when like Captain Ginyu was sizing up Goku and Vegeta was sizing up Chase, Goku was just like, bro, I got my nigga right here, bro. He's up here, Kakarot. As soon as the fight was about to go, Vegeta took off. He was like, handle it yourself, nigga. I was like, bro, that's crazy, Vegeta.
Vegeta was an asshole, bro.
Yes, he was, bro.
He was such an asshole.
He was true to himself, though.
He was an asshole even after he had a wife and kid.
He matured, though. The wife and kid definitely matured him.
Oh, they matured him, but he was still an asshole.
Bruh, because I'll say this. Vegeta, before his kid, was unhinged. Bruh, when everybody got brought back to life on Namek, and then sent to Earth, Vegeta's first thought, whoop up on Gohan.
Which is crazy. He's like, your dad's not here, but you are, bitch.
And he was just like, you need a babysitter. And beat the shit out of him.
And you know what's so bad? This is another moment where everybody stood around and just watched shit. Mm-hmm. Everybody watch. Piccolo
was just like, this is good training, Gohan. And Vegeta was beating him in the air. Just he was trying out new combos. He said, this is Saiyan combination number 7. I was like, bro, calm down.
Like, why are you watching? Piccolo just sitting there like, you can do it, Gohan. Help him!
He said, it's very weird. I was like the token Namekian. Now all of them are here, and Gohan getting dragged in the air.
Piccolo just reminiscing like, I didn't even know there were more me's before now.
That's crazy.
Damn, there are fat versions of me.
Bro, I wasn't even raised correctly. I was just spit out of an egg, and I raised myself.
Pretty much.
Oh, Gohan! Gohan was an afterthought. I never, ever liked Gohan. And I don't know why I got this much dislike for this little nigga.
We've gone through this before, so I'm not going to go into detail. But I have
fine with me, because I don't want to talk about that bitch-ass nigga no more anyway. I don't care if people dislike me for that. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think... Well, I'm lying. Because I was going to say, I don't think that Gohan has a lot of fans, but
niggas love him.
Yamcha has a plethora of them niggas, so I know Gohan does.
And Chaozu only got 13 niggas that like him. That's crazy, bro.
Chaozu's only contributed one time in the entirety of the series.
And all he did was just strip Nappa. That's all he did.
He sacrificed himself for literally nothing.
I took out his armor. That's crazy. That nigga said, bro, all y'all need me to do is just drop his armor, right? It was like, what? No, we trying to beat him. Okay, going for the armor. I was like, bro, Chelsea did nothing.
Shit literally did nothing. I mean, I guess it was strong. You took out Saiyan armor.
Hey.
You ain't take out the Saiyan under it, though.
At all.
That nigga was tougher than the thing you blew up, apparently.
Like, he didn't even singe his eyebrows.
What's the point of them wearing that armor if they're tougher than their armor? Even Vegeta, his armor got blown through, and the skin under it was unfazed.
I'm pretty sure that the armor definitely lessens impact.
It could.
Because it was definitely flexible. And then when you seen when Bulma made her own, it was actually a reliable armor.
Yeah. Imagine like your whole species has this set of armor that is so tough and shit, and an Earthling comes along and just makes a stronger version of it in like a week.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. Like, we underestimate how smart she was.
Bulma was a genius.
Yeah, if she went the wrong path,
it was over.
It'd have been Blue Ribbon Army. It'd have been the Crips or Bloods of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, she's a character we don't talk about a lot. Her development is crazy.
I hated her too.
In Dragon Ball, I did.
Dragon Ball Z, she got on my nerves too. Why the fuck did you go to Namek?
She was all the way useless on Namek.
She did help create the Dragon Ball radar. Yeah, so the Dragon radar, she definitely helped develop that.
I'm not saying she didn't, but
all them niggas had to do, she was like,
I'm saying, what did she do on Namek besides being away? And then in the show anyway, get taken over by fucking Ginyu.
Mm-hmm. Didn't she like modify a scouter or something over there? I can't remember. She did something that was interesting. I'm trying to think. She did something that was like adequate.
That's a saga we need to rewatch.
I actually was planning on watching that again anyway. It's hard for me to watch it in anything that's not Toonami. Toonami did their fucking thing with every saga, with the music, how it went. It felt good. I hate the music of the original. Like, I'm sorry, bro. The regular did not do that piano for fucking Vegeta. That piano was pressure. He said, when a machine like you ever experience fear, and they played regular ass, ping pong ass music. I rewatched it and I was just like, I ain't get hype. Bless you.
Hey.
Now, granted, Goku's first transformation to Super Saiyan, it was still good. See, I'm like I know now we have a younger demographic when it comes to Dragon Ball Z fans. If you didn't live it at the time, y'all don't understand how fucking epic that moment was.
At all. That makes us sound old, but if you weren't there, it was like watching Cell Saga when it was coming out felt different.
I'll say Cell felt great. Namek felt great because we didn't even have an idea what Super Saiyan looked like. Like when Vegeta first saw Goku come back, he called him a Super Saiyan and we didn't even know it was going to be an actual physical difference.
Yeah.
Like we just thought that, when he gets to a certain level, he's a Super Saiyan. I was like, oh, that's tight. Nah, nigga. When he turned to a white person, he got very effective.
Blonde hair, blue eyed. I say Cell Saga because
he wasn't speaking slang anymore.
It's like there was no real mystery. I hate you. There was no mystery associated with the Namek Saga the way that the Cell Saga was. You were finding shit out as you went through that saga. Like, you first find out Trunks is from the fucking future. Then you found out that Trunks is actually Vegeta's son. You find out that the androids they originally encountered aren't the androids he's talking about. You found out about Cell. You found out Cell's from the fucking future as well, and there was a whole nother Cell there.
I'm still lost on that.
It's like that shit was stupid. But there is so much mystery associated with the Cell Saga.
I understand that. My thing is, like, I'll say Frieza just hit the threat of Frieza was something else. And he was there the whole time. You just see him, like, levitating in a wheelchair. And you just think, like, oh, that's the nigga that they all worship? He don't look that strong. This nigga purposely weakened himself.
Yeah.
The Ginyu Force itself was like that, bruh. Because at that time, we just thought Vegeta was just the strongest we could think of.
And he was shivering in his boots over 9,000.
That's crazy.
When fucking Frieza could hit over 1,000,000.
And I think when Goku fought against Ginyu, he was only like 90,000.
Who?
Goku.
I don't know what it was.
It was like 90,000. It took Goku to basically die.
We got to fact check that.
Because he literally punched a hole in, Ginyu punched a hole in Goku's body. He got his body back, then he regenerated. But we all know that whenever they recover from like dire straits, they have a Zenkai boost. And that's literally how it happened. I still don't understand why Vegeta didn't actually that makes sense. Never mind.
They never referred to Zenkai boost again after the Namek arc.
So he got Zenkai boost when he blew himself up.
Oh, you're talking about Cell. I thought you meant them. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got a Zenkai boost, but like you talking about them almost dying and coming back.
Wait. How the fuck did Cell have a Zenkai boost if he wasn't?
He had Saiyan DNA.
Okay, it was the Saiyan DNA. Okay.
Yeah, it was Saiyan DNA that made them do that.
Because I was gonna say, my mindset was thinking about how Dr. Gero programmed the androids, but because I was gonna say Dr. Gero didn't know anything about what happened on Namek, so how the fuck did Cell have a Zenkai boost? But he had their DNA.
Yeah.
So that's why. Okay.
Yeah. Now it was just Frieza was always just everybody knew about Frieza. Soon, like shit, even King Kai knew about Frieza. He shivered because of Frieza.
Yeah.
So Frieza, it's kind of hard to create a villain, build up this anticipation, and you meet it. Because Frieza met that anticipation.
Yeah, Frieza.
His first form, well, his original, like, I thought that was just his first form when he was levitating in the chair. And then when he when he fucking transformed into being like some taller nigga with horns, he looked intimidating enough for me then. Yeah. Soon as he fucking transformed, the fucking episode was named Power Level 1 Million. Nigga, we was tripping on 9,000.
Yeah.
He's 1 million.
All of that shit shows he really had rapid progression. He was in the 300s at the start of Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. Came back from death at over 9,000. And by the time he met Frieza, it was over 1 million. That is quite a jump. And
I was about to say something. I was like, I don't understand why when Vegeta got his Zenkai boost, he wasn't strong enough to beat Frieza. But my thing is Goku had that training on the way.
Mm-hmm. Like when he got to Namek, he was way stronger than Vegeta.
Yeah.
He ran through the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. That's why I was about to, trip over my own words. Because I was about to say, well, Vegeta got a Zenkai boost because, Krillin shot a beam through him, and then they healed him. But it still wasn't
enough.
It wasn't a boost from the level Goku was at. Goku was way past him at that time.
Yeah, they were struggling with Ginyu grunts.
I think Vegeta would have been strong enough to be able to beat the Ginyu Force after he got recovered by Dende. I think
yes, I think he was fighting Frieza before he hit his last form anyway. He was fighting Frieza just fine. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he would have been able to handle the Ginyu Force by that point.
Well, he was fighting Frieza in his last form, but he wasn't winning. Frieza was toying with that nigga.
He backshot the fuck out of that boy.
And then
and now Mad Piccolo was sitting on they were all sitting on the sidelines, and Gohan was getting mad, and this nigga Piccolo was like, don't do that. You see what he's doing to him. He's stronger than us. Don't do that.
But that tells you how strong Gohan was, because on each form of Frieza, he did an effective move.
Yeah, he did.
Gohan could have been a lot more effective, but he just didn't have control over that hidden power that he has.
I feel like a lot of Gohan in his younger days was him holding himself back out of fear.
Mm-hmm. He was hanging around Krillin too much. He was hanging around Krillin way too much.
I don't even think it's fear of the enemy as much as it's fear of himself.
It was fear of the enemy. It was definitely fear.
I think it was a combination. I think he was afraid of what he would do, or he may lose control of who he was if he really tapped into that latent potential he had.
Nah, he was
because you saw what happened when he finally tapped into it with Cell. Mm-hmm. That nigga became arrogant as shit.
Yeah, I don't think that he was scared of what he would become. I just think that he was around Krillin too much. He was just scared of everything. This nigga Gohan tripped. He's like, grass is growing. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. You need to stop hanging around Krillin. You really need to stop that shit.
Thing, when did Krillin become such a bitch?
When he realized that his power level won't close to anybody's. He won a bitch against the Cybermen. He killed like 4 of them.
I'm just thinking of Krillin back in Dragon Ball, who was keeping up with Goku until Goku became like adult anyway. Mm-hmm. But that Krillin was like, nah, I'm fighting niggas. What's up?
Yeah.
And then later on, I guess it's because of the shit that he may have seen. Like, I don't know.
Nappa ruined him. When he seen a fellow bald headed nigga that strong and he ain't close, no sir. He was like, bro, I'm not even close to this. Like, bro, even in Frieza Saga, he wasn't stronger than Nappa, bro. So, that fear was justified. All these other Saiyans are rapidly growing, my nigga. I'm training my ass off
and not getting anywhere.
Yeah,
that shit was so sad, bro.
It's depressing. Piccolo he was a driven man. He was a man of focus.
Imagine you're a human, go to a planet filled with peaceful beings
that are stronger than you,
who are all naturally stronger than you, who have trained your ass off your whole life. Mm-hmm. I would be pissed.
I wouldn't.
It's like my species ain't shit.
I'd be terrified, and I need to make somebody else terrified with me. Gohan. Let's be brothers in our fear.
Like I've been training since I was like 8 with the greatest people on my planet. I go to this whole other planet. These niggas picking berries and are stronger than me.
Bro, these gardeners are stronger than me.
I'd be so pissed off, bro.
He's like, oh, even the house husbands are stronger than me? Bruh, it is understandable. Like, I understand why Krillin was scared of everything. It made sense.
Yeah.
His fear was justified.
Yeah. That
Like,
shit is just...
Bruh, wouldn't you be afraid if these two niggas was like, you ain't strong enough to beat me. I'm about to grow some niggas that you can't beat. Bruh.
He planted Krillin's worst nightmare.
Bruh, that's crazy as a bitch. I grew niggas.
Oh, my God. I would have retired, too. I would have gone ahead and grew my hairline back.
I don't blame him. He said, bro, I'm about to just follow the hose.
Fuck these dots, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, facts.
Let me find me a blonde-haired.
And he kept doing it.
Nah.
Krillin was bagging jumps too, bro.
No, what was creepy is he bagged one that looked exactly like Bulma.
That's not creepy.
That's very creepy.
I can't get you. I just get somebody like you.
That tells me he was fetishizing her the whole time.
No, I like you. I like you and I want you. Now we can do the easy way or a little bit more difficult because I got to find somebody way.
He's doing the easy way or the creepy way.
You can say that.
That nigga Krillin was a creep the whole time, actually.
Master Roshi was a creep. Krillin that nigga had game. That nigga was bagging girls taller than him and had no problem with it.
When he won't fighting, he's walking around in a 3-piece suit.
Bagging jumps.
Everything.
Bagging jumps.
Yeah, he was a bad motherfucker.
He's like, you ever seen a nigga shoot a beam out his hand? That's
like,
not real. Doo-doo. Bow.
He's like, I ain't got no nose, girl, so you know what that means.
Yeah, my game is explosive.
My nose won't get in the way.
I'm telling you.
That's a crazy thought. My nose won't get in the way at all, girl.
That nigga was bagging jumps.
You ain't got to worry about if you smell or not. That is so nasty.
He was just like, bro, all these niggas training girls. Oh my God, never mind. I'm not gonna do that joke. I stopped right there. I stopped right there. I finished it in my mind. I was like, oh no. Don't do that one. But no, Krillin was Krillin, I gotta give him, bro. He had game.
Yeah, he did.
Piccolo didn't get a single girl. He trained his whole life.
What girl was Piccolo gonna get?
He could bag other girls, bro. Like
on Earth?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bro, it was niggas walking around with dog faces. What the fuck? You don't think a 6'5" green nigga couldn't bag? You tripping? That's what you talking about.
That girl gonna walk up on him. So what else does those antennas do?
Hey, I walk with the weight of the world on my shoulders, boo. For real? He take off that cape and that shit break a fucking house. Shit. He getting draws immediately, but all he was thinking about was training.
That nigga never even bathe.
And Vegeta picked up Bulma she feared him.
No. Vegeta picked up Bulma because she was like, oh, so he does know how to keep a child in line. That's the type of man I need.
Well, I think, she was attracted to strong men. That's why she liked Yamcha for a while.
Until he became a bitch.
Yeah, as soon as that happened, she was just like, who else can I go for? Goku, that'd be weird. I know him as a kid.
I babysat that nigga across the world. Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
This little short nigga, he might work.
He's about as strong as Goku, right?
If he can destroy a planet, he definitely can destroy it. Let me stop. Let me stop. Okay. It makes sense, though.
Planet seed in here.
Bruh, I'm telling you. This nigga got a planet. It's destroyed, named after him. She don't know that, though. It was named Vegeta way before Vegeta.
I wonder how many times Vegeta has told the story of his people to her.
He does that often now, so
he
of course.
has to. He had to have. I used to be a prince.
That nigga,
I would be king.
That nigga always starts conversations like that. They're like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm a prince of Saiyans. Okay, you're not getting the job. That nigga put that shit as he put that on his resume whenever he trying to get a job. The prince of all Saiyans. He's like, what's a Saiyan?
I seen
it like clip. Something like a haiku poem?
Before I start this, I did not watch a lot of Super, y'all, so don't get on me. But I seen the clip and I didn't realize that Beerus was the one that told Frieza to destroy planet Vegeta.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Because I know Whis was about to say something. He's like, shh, nigga, shut the fuck up. You don't need to know that shit for this nigga to be motivated by that shit and get stronger. And right. I'm his target.
Exactly. That was kind of wild.
He don't want that smoke, bro, because these niggas gonna come back. You kill them, they're coming back.
To be like, yo, nah, their potential is too great. Hey, go handle that, please.
Don't tell them what I did.
These niggas have potential that I may not be able to handle one day. Please.
You saw what happened to Frieza?
Right? He was surprised when he was like, Frieza? That Frieza? The Frieza who's my henchman. Somebody beat him? Who? I'm going there right now. I need to handle that. That's crazy. Absolutely not.
Nah, these niggas come up is crazy.
Yeah.
If you give Goku like a clear fucking goal, he's going to get it. Same thing with Vegeta. Those are men of focus. Same thing as Piccolo. He's a man of focus. He don't got any like, well, he does have an advantage because he can just like regenerate a part. But these niggas like, bro, I'm sorry. I would literally just have a bag of sensu beans, shoot myself through the chest and eat one every fucking time I'm training.
That's why I'm so confused about why they don't just do that.
I'll do that at the end of training every fucking time.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand training is the order to sharpen your abilities, but afterwards, shoot yourself in the chest.
Yeah.
Pop a sensu bean. Boom.
Go to sleep.
Wake up and you're 100 times stronger than you were.
Right. That's pain training.
Exactly. Yeah, I ain't have a problem with that. Like, both of these niggas, when they were training, was shooting themselves with ki blasts anyway. Goku literally shot himself with a Kamehameha wave.
Bruh, this nigga, it was one training session that he did with Gohan. Goku went hard as a bitch. Gohan shot a beam at that nigga. He caught that bitch and threw it right like a fucking baseball. Almost Rasengan Gohan. I was like, kill him, Goku.
He deserves it.
Let this nigga, you had to break that fear out of Gohan, bro. Gohan still had fear in the Android Saga.
Yes, he most definitely did. Fighting Cell before he went Super Saiyan 2, he was still scared.
And then he was just like, no, Gohan, the reason why you think that I can beat Cell is because you're literally gauging him with your power, isn't you? He's like, yes. He's like, exactly. Now go out there and get punched in the face. Multiple times.
We ruined that boy. He had CTE after that. That's why he stopped. As soon as that shit was done, he came down from that Super Saiyan high. He was like, I am forever changed.
Bruh.
I hope I can still read.
I ain't gonna even lie, bruh. I think like Super Saiyan 2 made me like Gohan a little bit, but that BoJack movie made me really like Gohan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because man, that shit went so hard when he went Super Saiyan and they was still trying to use those key threads. And that nigga just charged up, went through it. The other nigga tried to dash, fucking killed two niggas by like, well, first off, he killed the one girl, BoJack did, but this nigga ran up and he just punched, went through that nigga, punched the other nigga, destroyed him too. I was like,
Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was a savage.
He was a savage, bro.
He literally was punching through niggas.
And he was killing them immediately.
That nigga was a savage. It's so sad. We already had our talk about Buu Saga. I'm not going to get into it. Never mind.
I feel like just Gohan Super Saiyan 2 was peak Gohan. Ultimate Gohan was up there too, but it was
he didn't feel as much of a savage as Super Saiyan 2.
He got the job done. Like, he didn't let any of those Cell Juniors make it out there alive. He made quick work of them. You know how Dragon Ball Z fucking drag out episodes. He killed them all in one. That was impressive.
Half an episode, all of them bitches were gone. He was teleporting all over that Sahara Desert.
Bro, I thought the hardest one is when he punched the dude super far away, teleported, and then kicked him in half, kicking him up. I was like, oh, Gohan, that was tough. That nigga punched one nigga's head off. That's crazy. They got regeneration DNA. None of them did it.
I wonder if they had all of Cell's abilities too.
I believe they did. They had the same power level as him, so it makes sense.
That don't mean they have all his abilities.
Them niggas was doing everybody's moves when they was fighting against everybody.
And why the fuck didn't they regenerate?
Did Cell regenerate after any time Gohan hit him?
True. Hit that nigga so hard he threw up a person.
Bruh, that nigga Gohan was hitting weak spots every time.
I never want to get hit so hard I vomit.
No, I'm going home.
The fight's over.
And I'm getting a gun. I promise you, bro.
The
Y'all
fight
niggas
is
better
over.
not be here when I come back, because Bulma has been making blasters. Sit right here, nigga. Sit right here.
She has been getting the humans prepared for an invasion. Imagine if they had an Avenger level like team on Earth in that universe. They kind of did, but they were never actually preparing for it in the event that something happens. They were just kind of just chilling until something happened, and then they trained to get ready for it. But if they actually had a force on Earth prepared for anything that happens, because Bulma would, all her focus would be dedicated to that.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Like, I just feel like they always got warned. They were always pre-warned on their problems coming to Earth.
If we're talking about just mainline Dragon Ball Z stuff, yeah, they were. Because they were warned about Buu. They were warned about Cell. Well, not Cell, but that whole situation anyway.
It was, they didn't know about Cell, so it couldn't be warned. But they definitely knew about the androids.
But they kind of were. They weren't, but they were.
They were.
Because Piccolo fought first form Cell, and then he went back and told them, hey, yo, I don't know what's going on, but this nigga's strong. We need to do something about this
I ain't
now.
gonna even lie, bro. I was hurt as a kid because I really did think Piccolo was killed.
When?
When he fought against Cell, because you remember he shot Cell shot a hole through Piccolo and threw him in the water.
That wasn't when he the first form.
Well, no, I'm talking about. I didn't say that was first form. I just said when he fought
you
against.
talking about when he fought against him in second form?
I'm trying to think. I think it was second form when he.
It was because he was stronger than first form Cell, but their first fight, Cell got away, and then he fought him again after he absorbed an android.
That nigga drunk his arm. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that second fight he absorbed an android.
But yeah, and when he went to go fight him, I thought Piccolo died. And you remember Gohan and Goku was on the lookout, and Gohan thought he died.
That nigga arm was just floating up.
Like he just made the game-winning 3. That's how you knew Piccolo was black. That nigga was under the water buckets. I was like, oh, he gone. He gone. But honestly, I thought that he died when I was younger. I thought he was gone. And I was just like, bro, every time, bro, he dies every single saga.
That's to be the character that's as dedicated to training as Piccolo is. This nigga gets overshadowed so much. It's so heartbreaking.
But I'll say that his DNA is not like built for war like Saiyans are.
His whole race with warriors.
You talking about them gardener ass niggas?
They could still throw down.
Nail was a protector. Of course, Nail could. All them other niggas, like, it was a lot of overweight Namekians. What the fuck you talking about? These niggas weren't training. These niggas were a peaceful race.
And they were still somehow stronger than the strongest humans.
With the average nigga, yeah, because there's a lot of niggas probably, no, these niggas was just strong.
That's what I mean.
It was a race of niggas. So my thing is, they weren't really a warrior race. Like, Namekians were inherently like peaceful. Mm-hmm. They was even peaceful when that nigga Vegeta showed up. They was being peaceful towards him, and then Vegeta was just like, y'all fucking with the wrong one, bro. I'm sorry. Y'all niggas don't even know that I will fuck up y'all village. I can't destroy this planet because it's way bigger than fucking Earth. But I promise you, bro, I'll try. I will fucking try. I was like, no.
That's funny.
Hell no, bro. But Saiyans were warrior race. Them niggas stomachs are crazy. They was eating who they beat.
If the Saiyans had actually thought more besides just conquering, if they had actually planted flags everywhere they went,
yeah, and
like colonized the places that they went instead of just fucking destroying planets, they would have been a vastly more superior threat.
But that's why Beerus was smart to be able to have Frieza keep them in check. And once they was losing that check, destroy the planet. Yeah. They were a real threat. Saiyans were a real fucking threat. Their race was crazy. Like, bro,
eating the whole fucking planet people.
It was eating niggas. They, like, bro, they had crazy digestive system. I bet you them shits were crazy. Bro, they didn't use toilets.
Like, how much fiber could they be getting if they're eating whole beings?
Bro.
They are getting no fiber.
Bro, they fucking up pipes. Them dumps was probably crazy.
No wonder Frieza kept calling them niggas monkeys. They just shat everywhere they were at.
Yeah.
Toilet wear, nigga.
And my thing is, bro, they were just effective. And if they weren't strong enough, and Bardock, to be as smart as he was, created an artificial moon. Now I can do this shit wherever I want to. That move changed the game. That is fucking genius level. And they called him a scientist. That nigga was no scientist, bro. At all. That nigga was just a thinking Saiyan.
I like how their version of scientist was a nigga whose IQ was more than double digits. Bruh. It's like, oh shit, he actually came up with a 3-syllable word.
They were just like, all right, Bardock, what's 5 times 5? I can create a moon. Scientist! Scientist! See, it was different from us. You know, back in the day when somebody said they can create a moon, we called that bitch a witch. They called that nigga a scientist.
Sell a moon trial, that bitch.
Bruh. You said Blair Witch, right? That nigga said Sailor Moon trial.
I meant to say Sailor Witch. What am I saying? I'm sleepy, bro.
That nigga said Sailor Moon. Them bitches was witches too.
I mean, if you seen that shit happen, they just changed clothes in front of you. Yes, them bitches witches.
Fighting evil by moonlight. Witches! Witches! They didn't need moonlight for powers.
That bitch changed from a school uniform to a fucking ballerina outfit right in front of me.
I ain't gonna go too much into Sailor Moon, but that shit was underappreciated too. That nigga Tuxedo Mask was that nigga. He was that nigga.
I never really cared to watch that. I ain't care for that much.
I remember I was watching Sailor Moon one day. My mama walked in. She said, "Who is he?" I said, "I changed the channel immediately." I said, "Bitch, you married." Fuck is wrong with you?
Like, what the fuck you mean? Who is that? You left my daddy, bitch. You better behave.
Hey, Sailor Moon. I said Sailor Moon. That show and this show Tuxedo Mask. Every time you seen that nigga, you like that nigga put that shit on.
I wish I could walk around in a cape. I do that shit now, and niggas gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Bro, I swear that nigga cologne smelled like heaven. I'm pretty sure it was, bro. And that nigga, bro, whenever he talked and finished off his conversation, he'd be like, I'm like, bro, don't do that light skin shit. I was like, bro, the nigga was too cold.
That nigga cologne was as robust as a volcanic eruption.
Don't get me started. I'm getting moist. Ew. Bro, that nigga was that nigga, bro. Straight the fuck up. Bro, I'll say this. Back in the day, bro, them niggas put that shit on. Like, Tuxedo Mask was that nigga. Kurama was that nigga, bro. Yeah. Kurama put that shit on, too.
Yusuke's fits were underrated.
Yeah, Yusuke definitely had fit, too.
That nigga stayed with the bomber jacket and some tough-ass, tight-ass jeans on.
Yeah.
That nigga showed up with like 3 different color bomber jackets.
Bruh, that nigga Kurama, bro. That nigga put up, like, that time that he couldn't move and he used his hair as the fucking vine whip. That was tough.
Yeah, Kurama was definitely the strategist of their crew.
Bruh, they lucky that they was in like the dark tournament, because if it was women from Earth seeing him do that, bruh, he would have had way too many numbers. He really would have. They was already on this man already.
As soon as he started getting beat during the tournament, if it was human women there, they would have ran through on the stage. Mm-hmm. It would have been a bloodbath that day.
He definitely would have had a fan section.
Oh my god, yeah, he would.
Like, Kurama, K-U-R-A, Kurama. They went off, dog. They went off. He's like, who the fuck let cheerleaders in?
Nasty work.
All right, now I really want to really talk about that Hunter exam, bro.
Let me say something real quick.
Go.
When I was scrolling something, I forget what I was scrolling, and they said that I didn't realize since I seen this post, Naruto handled Neji and Gaara in the same fucking day.
Was it?
Yes. That was during the final stage of the tuning exams. He fought Neji and then had to go chase down Sasuke to stop him from chasing down Gaara, and that's when he fought Gaara.
That was in front of the crowd.
Those were the same fucking day. He fought both of them and beat them the same day.
I never put that together.
I didn't either until I seen his post and was like, this nigga is fucking cold.
Well, he was a dog. He did have like, well, it's a fox, but
the fact that he even, Jiraiya helped him learn how to do it, but the fact that he even knew how to tap into the Nine-Tails chakra at that point.
He didn't really teach him how to do it. He kind of just like
threw him off a cliff.
What?
He threw him off a cliff because he was trying to get Naruto to drain all of his chakra.
Oh, yeah.
In order to teach him how to tap into the Nine-Tails, but he wasn't getting it. So he threw him off a fucking cliff and said, sink or swim, bitch.
Hey, he learned that from Piccolo.
And he learned how to swim very quickly.
He learned
and
that
that's
from
when
Piccolo,
he first summoned, I forget the toad's name, but that's when he first summoned him and learned how, and got out of the fucking cliff.
I don't know why I thought that was during the fight against Gaara is when he summoned the toad.
He did it then too. But he did it. That was the second time he did it.
See, the whole time I thought that he was summoning a different toad with Jiraiya, and then he summoned Gamabunta.
No, he accidentally summoned Gamabunta. Jiraiya didn't want him to summon. He said, of all fucking people to summon, you summoned him? God damn it, now I got to deal with this shit. He ain't deal with it either. Jiraiya ran off. He's like, fuck that. See ya.
Nigga, you summoned the mountain.
Exactly. He's like, I did not expect he was going to summon him. Fuck. Gotta blast. But yeah, that's crazy that he really fought both of them. Those were the 2 biggest threats in the Chunin exam. You fought and beat both of them.
Well, make it seem like you couldn't beat 2 kids up in one day.
Oh my God, shut up.
I had no problem with that. And first off, like, never mind, I'm not gonna go there. So I'm about to say, well, Neji was borderline a blind kid. You was like, oh, why is his eyes white? Let me still off on this little nigga. I feel like he was so, I don't understand why he wasn't utilized more, but I feel like
who?
Neji, because my thing is
he only had 2 fights in the original Naruto.
Well, even in Shippuden, I feel like the niggas in the Leaf Village knows that the perfect foil to a fucking Uchiha would be the Byakugan, because you cannot put them in a genjutsu. So why didn't they send Neji against? Well, they did bring him on that group, but they was trying to retrieve Sasuke. My thing is, I would have sent Neji to fight Sasuke many a times.
Well, they didn't have a reason for Neji for anybody to stop Sasuke before he ran away.
Oh, shit, that nigga was on the gotcha list.
Who?
Sasuke.
For what?
He was on that fucking S-ranked list for a good minute.
You talking about in Shippuden?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to clarify then. I thought you meant in the original Naruto.
I was not talking about. That's what I was saying. Like later on, like when Neji was a Jonin, he can be put on all these other missions. I would have sent that nigga to get Sasuke or Itachi.
Well, they didn't know where he was.
That's true,
because they didn't know where Orochimaru was.
That's true.
That being said, they did have that mission after they saved Gaara, where they were going to have that meeting with Orochimaru. They probably should have brought him then, instead of the two biggest liabilities as far as being around Sasuke and being sensitive and soft around him.
Having biased opinions on it. Like, yeah, y'all were definitely biased. Y'all want to save this nigga.
They should not have sent Naruto and Sakura to go meet Orochimaru.
I feel like that, like the niggas with the Byakugans were like so underutilized. Every time I would have had them go against at least one of them in a squad.
Especially since they're a whole clan that y'all have. Utilize them more.
Bruh, I'm sorry. I still think Neji would have beat Sasuke. Because my thing is, he's just, maybe not traveling speed wise, but combat speed. I'm just as fast as you. One of the biggest things that we have a problem with the Sharingan is y'all genjutsu. He can see through that. You can't put him in a genjutsu unless his Byakugan is not activated. And then as soon as I get close and I cut off some of your chakra points, nigga, what are you now?
Because I was going to say, there is a way to get past that if you strictly rely on long distance jutsus. Mm-hmm. So I was going to say, if Sasuke just developed more long distance jutsus, he definitely has a chance against Neji.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of his stuff just happens to be close range.
And I remember, if I remember this correctly, the Jukin, which is one of their a part of the fighting style, can manipulate chakra. So he could have dissolved a lot of that bullshit. That fire style shit was gonna get put out, and that Neji would have fucked up Sasuke.
Yeah, it's a shame that a lot of the fights or a lot of the characters, we've gone through this. I'm not going in depth.
Yeah, like I feel like
just a lot of the characters just weren't, especially after like Rock Lee actually comes back and then just isn't utilized ever again.
I feel like at that moment, the level of threats were a little bit too strong for Lee to be a real threat. Because at that time, bro, everybody was moving fast enough to be able to at least combat the gates. The gates will definitely put an advantage on you, but
my guy could still keep up with Kisame.
That's true, but that's only because he wasn't using any chakra. And that nigga is way older and way more experienced than Rock Lee. I don't think Rock Lee would have beat Kisame.
Possibly.
I don't see it. Because my thing is, bruh, that nigga was the blue beast, bro. He was that nigga. And then, like, what was it? It was a filler episode, but when this nigga Lee fought against somebody who was just as strong as him, like, I don't remember what type of, like, jutsu he was using, but he was just as strong as the gates. Lee had trouble with him. Real trouble. Rock Lee my guy would have dog walked that little ass nigga. This nigga was bending space and like bending fucking reality when he was fighting Madara. He was bending space and time, like just punching that hard. Night Guy was that nigga, bro. I wish they would have did better with the animation on that. Because if you played, I don't remember which Ninja Storm it was. That Night Guy scene they did on that bitch trumped the fucking show.
They said a lot of the Ninja Storm stuff look way better.
Yes.
Than the anime.
Like when they did that, you remember in the show when it was Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, and they all summoned the toad, the snake, and the slug? Uh-huh. It was okay in the show. In Ninja Storm, that bitch was like that. That whole fucking, I got goosebumps. That whole fucking part on that game was better than the show.
I guess it's because you have more leeway, like, digitally. Like, nobody has to actually sit there and draw the shit. Like, all of it is CGI, essentially.
To a certain degree.
So I guess that makes it a lot easier to focus more on how it actually looks animation-wise.
You know, I was really getting upset. We're going to go into Hunter x Hunter soon, but I was really upset how a lot of anime, of course, it was trying to bring in CGI and make it a little bit better. But those first couple of anime that did CGI, that shit looked clunky, ugly. Berserk looked ugly.
That's why I couldn't watch it. It was horrible looking.
Now, Reborn is the Seventh Prince. The episode when they did CGI, that shit was fucking silky smooth, bro.
That's because now it looks like what they're doing is, it almost looks like they drew over top of the CGI to give it a sense of like it's still drawn. Mm-hmm. Even though you can see it and still see a CGI, it looks so much better now.
It doesn't look like it was forced.
That shit don't look like Scorpion King.
That shit looked horrible, nigga. All right, now, reason why I'm just switching out of nowhere, I really want to talk about Hunter x Hunter. I really, really want to go into it.
So let's see. Last week we left off on
right before they went
right after they finished the tower.
Yeah, we was getting to the jungle part.
Yeah. Did anything happen? Nothing happened in between that. There was nothing that happened on the airship. Because the next airship part, they do the
It's after the jungle.
Yeah, it's after that where Netero. Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, so I did like how they use every bit of information when it comes to doing that exam.
Yeah,
because
they analyze every single bit of information in order to determine how they handle the next part of the exam.
And I like how, since they definitely reward you for doing things correctly. Because, Hisoka was the first one who ended up finishing the tower. Mm-hmm. So they let Hisoka go into the jungle first.
Yeah, so this next part, we got to explain a little better, is they basically ship them all to an island and they give each of them a number.
They gave them a number at the beginning of the exam.
Yeah. So what they basically do is you reach your hand into a box and you pull a number out. And the number that you pull out is the person who you have to hunt on the island.
And basically your number yourself gives you 3 points. The number that you take out of the box is an additional 3 points. So you have to finish off this entire exam part with 6 points. Mm-hmm. So if you keep yours, that's 3. And if you get the persons that you're hunting, that's another 3, and that's 6.
But you can still gain points if you collect random numbers as well. But it only accounts for 1 point.
Yes.
So if you find 6 people out there or whatever.
Like if somebody was hunting you and you lost your number and then you hunted 6 other people, you got yours.
You still passed the exam.
So I thought that was, and I loved how when they went into the box and they took out the number, it was covered. So they didn't even know what was going to be. Uh-huh. And then soon as they took off the label and they explained the rules, niggas already took their fucking badge off. When they started realizing, they was like, wait a minute, they ducked this shit off immediately.
Yeah.
The niggas who were fucking like very confident in their skills still kept their shit on.
Hisoka.
Facts.
He left that shit on. He's like, I want y'all to try, which is hilarious. So basically, depending on the order of which you won or you completed the last exam would determine the order of which you walk onto the island. So Hisoka went first because he was the first person that completed the last exam. And I think it's like, 2 minutes in between each contestant?
Yeah. It was something like that.
Yeah, so
I think 5, but I don't remember the number.
Whatever the number of minutes were. So when Hisoka went, they had to wait however long for the next person to go out until he reached the last person.
Yes. I really love how attentive Gon was and how he learned so much in those little bit of being in the forest. Because I think
how long were there? Like a week? Yeah, I think it was a week.
Yeah, 7 days or something like that.
Yeah.
I loved how much Gon learned in that little bit of time.
I like that.
Because his first thing you see him, he's looking at somebody getting hunted.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I like his approach because it's kind of like the Naruto in a sense where he sees something and something clicks for him where it's like, okay, that's how I should be approaching this. Because at first that nigga was like, how the fuck am I going to get Hisoka?
Yeah.
Because, Gon pulled Hisoka's number. So it's like you pulled the hardest person to possibly get here.
Yes.
So he's like, how am I going to do this? And he notices somebody one of the contestants hunting another contestant and notice how he does it. He's hiding and waiting for the opportunity to actually attack this person.
And the thing about it is he realized that because the dude with the bow was hunting the other guy. And he realized that when he showed him his bloodlust, the nigga reacted. So he wasn't trying to kill him. He was just trying to get his number, but he had poison on the arrow. So he showed him his bloodlust just to let him know he was there. He turned around enough to get grazed by the arrow and then be able to use that.
It wasn't even, I think he did that dude the guy with the arrow didn't have a vast understanding that people can pick up on your bloodlust and you should hide that shit at all times.
No, I think he did because you see him do this and he shot it. And he explained that he wasn't trying to kill him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he was just like, I just needed to use the poison to knock you out. This will knock you out for 7 days, so you'll be good. And he kept him, put him up on a tree, and I think he had him near a water source too.
I like how everybody there was kind of like, yeah, I can just leave somebody knocked out for 7 days. I guess there are no dangerous animals on this island at all.
Well, the hunters didn't. They explained it when they had to go towards that second phase that it was dangerous animals. It wasn't really anything dangerous there.
I don't remember seeing a single thing.
Enough
that every contestant felt comfortable knocking somebody out and leaving them there for the week.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And another thing that I thought, which was incredible, is how resourceful Gon was. It's because Gon remembered that Hisoka had a cut on him because you remember when he was in the tower, he fought against the dude with the 3 blades or 4 blades, and he had a cut. And then when he realized those butterflies was attracted to blood, he put a string on them to find Hisoka.
Speaking of, how the fuck do you tie string to a butterfly? What the fuck kind of gentle ass touch that's gonna have
Facts.
to tie strings to butterflies?
Facts.
But yeah, even before he did that, he
because he had to train with his fishing rod before he even went to Hisoka.
And I brought this point up the last time. I was like I get the training was for him to actually predict his hunt's move in order to target where they're gonna go. Because at first I was kind of like, he is already extremely precise with this rod.
Yeah.
Why does he have to train with it? But like I just said, it's because he was learning to predict his opponent's movements to aim where they're going to go instead of where they are.
But the thing about it is he realized how much of a task it would be to be able to just take off the badge of Hisoka.
Yeah, while he's moving.
So my thing was he was just like, all right, let me train with this bird. And then he was just like, he never hit the bird until he waited till the bird found its prey. And then when it went to his prey, he could predict it because now I know that you're trying to get your own food source. I can catch you then.
And like I just said before, it's just like Naruto in a sense where he's observing his environment and he sees the bug hovering over top of the lake, sees that the bird is observing the bug because he knows that the fish is going to hop out of the water to eat the bug. And that's when the bird takes off and catches the fish. It's like you see the entire ecosystem of life right there, and Gon is observing all of that in order to learn how to properly hunt.
Yes, and I felt like that was very good on him.
That was excellent writing.
And then I really thought that was genius because, he overused training on the rod. So his hands was bleeding. And that's when he found out that the butterflies are attracted to blood. Then he was just like, wait a minute. How can I find Hisoka? He was like, he had a cut on him. So let me utilize these butterflies to fucking find Hisoka, which I love that they did this because, at the beginning when we was talking about the guy with the bow, when he grazed the dude and hit him with his poison, when Gon bandaged himself up so they couldn't smell the blood, he tied a string on the butterflies, and the first person they found was that dude.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the first person he found. And then Gon was just like, okay, let me stop making them attracted. So that's when he bandaged them.
Okay.
So that's when Gon was just going to follow the blood scent. And every place that he would have found it, he would have fixed the smell of blood just until he found Hisoka.
That is smart. And this is crazy. As soon as he found Hisoka, this is the confidence that Hisoka has. He's sitting in a fucking clearing.
Yes.
Just sitting there playing with butterflies. I'm like, bruh. Hisoka don't give a fuck. He's like, I dare one of y'all motherfuckers to come and get me. What's up?
None of y'all niggas on my level. There's only one person here that's on my level.
And he is not concerned with me.
And I loved Hisoka's character is explained so well. You understand Hisoka with just the subtle things that happen in the show. First off, my nigga, I got scared for Gon because when Gon finally found Hisoka, he's in the bushes and he's just looking at Hisoka.
First off, that ice cold, not even this blank stare that Gon gets when he focuses.
Well, like that was also him
disguising his bloodlust.
Well, just
or not even bloodlust, just trying to mask his presence, period.
And that's crazy because we'll talk about this later on, but that's actually a nin ability to be able to disguise your presence, and Gon figured it out naturally. That was instinct that made him learn that because he was just like, bruh, he's like, disguise more. Then he just had a blank stare. It wasn't.
This man's pupils disappeared.
Bruh, his whole existence was just gone.
Yeah.
it was just gone. So, and then, oh my goodness, I almost shitted for Gon because Hisoka was just like, are you going to come out yet? And I was just like, he found him already? I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like,
he was like, if you don't come out, I'm going to come get you.
And then when he walked to Gon, I'm like, ain't that a bitch? He knew he was here the whole time. That fucked me up.
Yeah, because I was like, this boy went through so much to get here to be found out like this.
And I was like, fuck. But then you found out that's how bad Gon was. It was a nigga right beside you.
Well, later on you found out anyway, but you were surrounded by niggas in that bush and you didn't know shit about him because that's how laser focused you were
on Hisoka. You was literally studying that man to a T. And then when he went over there and then found out it was another nigga right there waiting to fight Hisoka, he was like, oh nigga, I ain't even know. But the part that was funny is when that nigga was introducing himself and then swung his spear, he almost decapitated Gon.
He gave that nigga the crispest high top fade ever.
Bruh. And what I was saying earlier is you get to learn about Hisoka so much is explains it because the dude was trying to fight Hisoka, and the dude just like Hisoka just dodging all his attacks, not trying to counterattack.
And Gon was getting pissed. He was like, "Bruh, swing!"
No, the other dude was getting pissed.
No, I'm just talking about because Gon was like, "Why isn't he fighting back?" Because Hisoka was dodging the whole time. Gon was waiting for him to attack so he could grab his number off his chest. He didn't attack the entire time. Well, Gon was just like, "Bro, what is happening? Why isn't he fighting back?"
And the whole time, and then that's when I say you learn something about Hisoka, because Hisoka was just like, nah, I'm more interested in the living. Nigga, you on your last leg right now.
And now that makes me wonder, because like we just said about the butterflies, that dude was bleeding. So that means that he had to show up in that bush after Gon was already there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Gon was that fucking focused, he didn't realize somebody showed up after he was already there. Your focus is insane.
Well, my thing is you had to get to that level of focus to be able to even consider hunting Hisoka. So it's understandable.
That nigga Hisoka was like, I'm not fighting you. You already dead. Why would I waste my time on you? That is one of the highest forms of insult. Like, no, I just want to go out like a warrior. I don't give a fuck.
He said, I realize you're trying to do that.
And I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I prioritize myself before you. I don't know you.
At all. You aren't worth my time.
And then you see, I do not know the fake name he had during the exam. But
some fucking name that sounds like vomit.
Yes. It sounds like a nigga throwing up. And you see him show up. And the thing that's crazy is, I guess was that his mark? I don't remember.
What do you mean?
Was that, well, I don't want to explain that until we get to that part. But you remember that he's the one that hurt him, the dude with the nails in his head.
Yeah, he did.
And he said, yeah, he kind of got away from me. He was just like, no, he didn't, bro.
Not at all.
I was like, bro.
You were just playing.
He was like, nah, he said that he wanted to fight you, so I kind of felt bad for him.
No, he said what?
He said, because he wanted to die like a warrior, so he let him get away on purpose to fight Hisoka.
I don't think that's what happened. I think he was literally just playing with him. I don't think he's ever said.
Yeah, because Hisoka was just like, you wouldn't let your nigga get away. He said, yeah, I kind of felt bad for him. He says that.
I know that, but I don't think the reasoning was because he wanted to go out like a warrior.
Well, it was something that he said when he was just like, yeah, I kind of felt bad for him. I let him get away on purpose.
I know that definitely was the case. He let him get away on purpose because he felt bad for him and then just killed him any fucking way.
But I don't think he let him go just to, let him survive more.
I don't know what was the reasoning behind it.
They explained that and I don't remember.
It ain't that big a deal.
And then he was like, oh yeah, and I got another badge, which unexpectedly ended up being my fuck. Oh no,
he collected like 3 other.
He only collected the one because the girl with the sniper rifle was hunting him. And I don't know if she was his mark. No, because he was her mark.
He collected 3 other badges. He had his plus 3 other ones. I know
Hisoka had.
Yeah, I think he did too. I don't think he collected the mark that he needed to collect because he had random badges that I know he gave Hisoka a badge.
Which was the girl with the sniper rifle.
Maybe. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, because he killed her because she was hunting him.
Yeah.
And that's crazy that this nigga threw a needle through the fucking
through
scope.
her scope. So, and then this nigga was like, all right, well, I got what I needed. I'm going to go ahead and take a nap for the rest of the shit, and dug a hole in the ground like a fucking mole rat and slept and just chilled. And my thing, when I saw that, I was like, there's clearly a bulge in the ground here. Did nobody stumble upon that and get curious?
No. The fuck would I get curious for?
Because he ain't make it like hitting at all. It was just a big ass bulge in the ground where he dug up and was just sleep underground for a week.
My nigga, that's the type of time you do not get curious.
Yeah, I suppose, especially on a foreign island where you were told that there were like stuff that could kill you.
I loved how every needle in his head did a different characteristic change.
One of them shits changed his hair color.
And the other one changed the length.
I was like, what kind of fucking chiropractic bullshit is this?
Well, you know how they always say, like, the pressure point to do something different. So he literally used the nails to be able to manipulate his entire body.
Which is, first off, has to be painful.
Well, they pain trained when they were younger.
Yeah, because he ain't flinched later on when his arm gets broken.
I'm about to say, yeah, that's why I didn't really want to go ahead of ourselves. That's why I never brought up something else.
Yeah, I'm not.
So for when he took out all the nails and he was a whole different nigga, it changed his eye color, his pupil size,
his skin color.
Bruh, all those needles did something like a different characteristic change. So I thought like it takes a lot of observing yourself too.
That nigga went from Jamaican to vampire.
Bruh, in one go. So
Jamaican to Castlevanian.
So I thought that was I was very, very involved with how creative his character was.
Yeah. When
I saw that, I was just like, bro, I don't even know who this person is. And I ain't bring this up yet just because we're going to say something about that later. But just finding out who he is later, I would have never guessed.
No, there was no way of guessing that.
So that's when Hisoka got back on the move. And then Gon was just kept hunting him. And bruh, when I tell you, bruh, that tells you how unworried Hisoka was. He was just like, all right, let me try to find somebody else.
He literally just sat in one spot for hours and then was like, well, I'm bored, time to move on. All right, I guess I'll go find somebody to take down now.
And the two motherfuckers that he found scared the shit out of me, which was Kurapika and Leorio.
Scared the shit out of Gon. Gon, once he found them and started running towards their direction, Gon was like, all right, I gotta stay focused. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I gotta stay focused. Then he was like, fuck, I can't stay focused. If they get in a fight, I gotta help.
Bro, and Kurapika, that's how that tells you how intelligent he is. It's because he was just like, we got another badge, right?
Well, first off, this nigga Hisoka pulls up on him and is like, hey, yo, give me y'all shit right now before I slay y'all niggas. Kurapika was like, all right, bro, listen. He went to the negotiation table immediately. Was like, listen, we have our own 2 badges plus 2 other badges. I'm willing to give you a badge. I'll just give you the one that we don't want. Or we can run the fade. And he was like, we're not giving you our badges. We have 2 spare ones. One of them, Leorio needs because that's the badge that he was looking for. So I will give you this.
Leorio didn't have his badge, the extra badge yet.
He didn't?
Because at that time, which we need to go back to, Leorio ended up getting tricked by Tompa.
Which was the dumbest shit in the world. After all Tompa's tricks.
Why would you believe him now?
Why would you still believe him, you dumb fuck?
And they got him with like the easiest, dumbest shit, bro.
And my thing was, I guess I'm looking at it in hindsight. When Tompa approached you and said, yo, I got this stomach bug going on. After I'm sure at that point you had known that he poisoned the sodas and shit. You didn't think he'd have something for himself just in case?
Yeah.
Dumb bitch.
I just feel like
You're lucky Kurapika showed up.
And for real, he's like, Tompa was resourceful because he made quick alliances every fucking place he went.
Yeah, for sure. He was very smart. He knew what his abilities were. So he was like, no, I'm going to use my head.
Yes.
Let me make alliances with people who I'm sure what Tompa did was notice everybody's badge. Mm-hmm. And so he knew who was going to require what badge and made alliances with people that he knew the group that he was with before had those numbers.
And then he shows up to Leorio with the person he was going to hunt. But the thing about it is he switched with the nigga who had a Saiyan pet. He switched with him and just to trick fucking Leorio. And then when they opened up, because he knew that fucking his badge was in the briefcase. Soon as he opened up that briefcase to give him the stomach fucking medicine.
Antacid, basically.
Yeah, so they gave him, like, as soon as he opened that bitch up, he got his pet Saiyan to steal the badge. Which, another fucking thing. I said about this before. Leorio used to use those sticks to leave niggas. He put that shit to a monkey's neck.
You mean Kurapika?
Yeah, Kurapika. Yeah, you're right. Kurapika put that shit to a monkey's neck and that nigga surrendered, bro.
I saw that. It immediately made me think about what you said last pod. I was like, this nigga really held up sticks to a monkey's neck. Mm-hmm. Like it was going to do something. And I seen a clip going back
I imagine you didn't pick up on that Saiyan pet too. I said that shit twice and I was like, this nigga didn't say nothing about it. I said, this nigga had a Saiyan pet.
Monkey.
Yes.
But back to where Kurapika was negotiating with Hisoka. During that part.
Well, that's why I was bringing that part up because that's how they got the extra badge.
Yeah. So during that part when he's negotiating, he's like, all right, we can do it this way or both of them niggas throw their bags down. We can run the fade. What you want to do. But the original Hunter x Hunter, that clip, you see that Kurapika's little sticks are actually daggers because he breaks the seal and whips it out and there's actually a blade. So what he's showing is like the sheaths the whole time and he whips them out and it's like, oh shit, he's really ready to throw down. So I get it, but I'm kind of mad that wasn't in the remake.
Yeah, understandable.
That shit would have been hard if he actually was to whip that out, because he's like, no, I'm taking this very seriously.
Yeah, I need to tell you that, nigga, I'm not gonna let this go easy. Which my thing is, Kurapika, he didn't even know that like Hisoka had that much interest in their future. So he really he bluffed his ass off right there.
For sure.
And then he was just like, all right, what I'm gonna do is put this badge in the tree. You can't take my badge or my target's badge or Leorio's badge. We're gonna put this shit in the tree. You can take this shit. Let us walk away. We good?
He was like, y'all go ahead, do what y'all do. I'll wait until y'all are out of sight.
And Gon thought the whole situation was regular. He was like, whew, I'm glad they got away. When Hisoka unleashed his bloodlust, Gon was like, I don't want to be here.
He really was. He was like, whoo, glad they're safe. Oh my God.
He said, what? He said, why do I feel like Orochimaru close?
I'm in danger.
Bruh. And I loved, the writing was so smart because it made it, because he literally got so lost in his bloodlust. Gon even picked it up. He was like, the next nigga he gonna see, he finna kill that nigga.
I like that too, because Gon was in his head before the bloodlust activated. It was like, wait, what if the next person comes along and decides that they want to give up their badge too? I'm never gonna get this nigga back. Oh God.
But my thing is, even if that I understand what Gon was thinking, that was never gonna happen.
No, not at all. Somebody was gonna be arrogant enough to be like, I'm not giving you shit, nigga. Fight me for it.
No, I don't even think that. I think every single person was scared of Hisoka in that fucking exam. Everybody would have tried to I'll just give you my badge. I'm not trying to die. Hisoka was so bloodlusted in that moment, he was still gonna kill you.
You know what's also crazy about that? He got so wrapped up in his bloodlust, he stayed in that one spot for the night. He didn't move until the next morning. That's crazy.
Bro, like you was that lost and being that bloodlusted that you just
and
for 8 hours.
And then when he went out on a hunt, he was still in that zone.
He was still intoxicated.
Hypnotized by bloodlust.
And the thing about it is, it's so crazy that Gon used, like, because he was just like, all right, let me get higher up to see where he's going. Because he's going this way. He's not going to do no intricate movements right now. He is drunk off of bloodlust right now. Yeah, so let me get higher up and like try to figure out.
Let me see who's approaching.
And he seen that nigga. He was just like, my bad, grandpa, but you done.
Yep.
And his, bruh, Jesus Christ. His entire character looked different. This nigga ran at him screaming the Chidori noise.
That nigga said, like,
ah! I was like, bruh, shoot him.
That nigga looked like a Titan running.
Bruh, facts.
That bloodlust he had.
He was lost in it.
Yeah.
And that's why I said the writing was good, because you had to lower Hisoka's guard enough for him to make sense that he took it right there.
Yeah, so when he was about to slay that old nigga, Gon was like, my chance!
And the thing that's still crazy, he had his guard that low and still noticed.
Yeah, he noticed when that fishing rod flew in front of his face.
Because he went there and he saw that bitch. He said, I still got to kill this nigga.
Yeah.
He said, I'm still going to kill this dude. And then, bruh, Gon was so shocked. He still stood up. Hisoka looked at him. He was like, what just happened? And Gon was just
dipped off.
Oops. I was like, bro, he saw you.
He would hit the Homer Simpson meme. Disappeared into the bushes. I like how when Hisoka realized what was happening, he just looked like shocked. He was genuinely like, did he just?
And I really think Hisoka was just like, he's not even meeting, he's exceeding my expectations.
He was thoroughly impressed,
because he knew everybody in that exam didn't want to fuck with him. So for somebody to do that, and the person that I let live, that I want him to grow into this mighty flower, and he fucking got that shit. He was like, this nigga keeps exceeding. I was like, bro, stop. And Gon was like, I got it. I was like, what happened to Gon?
You didn't even hear this shit. He just collapsed.
He just reacted.
The world started spinning around him.
And I'll still say this. They didn't give him, like, that character who was hunting Gon. I love that they showed he was hunting him from the beginning.
When he was like, yo, this kid is good, but he is way too focused.
Like, even when he said it, like, you saw him when he was training with catching the birds. He was still looking at Gon then.
Yeah.
Gon had such amazing focus.
But that shit is
a gift and a curse. Yes, it's a gift and a curse, because you didn't even realize I was hunting you.
Yes.
You're doing this, you should expect somebody's after you. But of course, you were a child, so not all these things are going in your head like that. You've never been hunted before.
Yeah.
So, and you can tell he was way more experienced than Gon. But I love that when he dropped Gon, he took Gon's badge, he still showed him respect. Because I don't know the number it was, but he said something like 1,000 something.
He said 7,000.
7,000.
It was 6,000 or 7,000. He said, this is the number of times that I could have killed you.
And also the number of times you swung that rod. You fucking swung that rod day and night.
Yeah.
For training.
But I'm so mad at, this is another example of a character that has a great design that gets dropped immediately.
As soon as he took his badge, he showed Gon love. He said, I respect your dedication, but this is what hurt you. Next year when you take this exam, use this experience for an example on what not to do, okay? All right, good job, Gon. I'm out. Then out of nowhere, you just hear dragging of a body. You was like, Gon couldn't move because that whatever he hit him with was such a strong sedative that he was supposed to be out for 3-4 days. And out of nowhere, going like, what is that noise? And you just see the nigga who just knocked him out right beside him, dead as shit, looking him straight in his eyes. He's like, what the fuck?
Then Hisoka's like, here goes your badge back. Oh, and here goes my badge.
Boom, here's your badge, here's my badge. No, because he didn't give him his badge. The dude only took Gon's badge. He still had Hisoka's.
I thought he took Hisoka's.
No, the dude didn't take Hisoka's. Gon was his mark. He only took Gon's badge off of him.
Something happened with Hisoka's badge because Gon wanted to give it back to him.
Hisoka gave Gon's badge back, and then he was giving Hisoka his badge. He was like, nah, nigga, I don't take charity.
We're going into some dumb details. But
and this nigga rocket punched this nigga in the face.
he was like, nah, at first, before Gon stood up, he was like, that actually genuinely shocked me. Good shit.
He was just like,
I'm gonna let you live, and walked off.
He said, and you so lifeless on the ground. I was like, Gon was like, please leave, please leave, please leave, please leave. And
then as he was walking off, Gon stood up and was like, take this shit back, bro.
And I want y'all to like understand how impressive Gon just standing up was, because the dude said that sedative was strong enough to knock an elephant out for 3 days.
Yes. Gon stood up right afterwards. That was nothing but it. That tells you how strong his willpower is, period. You ain't have that there's no way you could have dodged that punch. And then got massacred by a grown man's fist.
Bruh. And then
he knocked the shit out of Gon.
And then
was like, when you can hit me as hard as that, then you can give me that badge back, little bitch.
And this nigga stayed in a tree like a fucking Keebler elf.
He got so depressed and was just in the tree trunk, like
just chilling, steady trying to find a motive.
He was so sad, bro.
He was hurt.
He was hurt.
But that tells you how strong of a character is, because after he was still hurt, he was still vulnerable even after that. So what did he think about doing? Going to help his friends, to take his mind off of it. So that's when he went and found Leorio and Kurapika to help.
And they was like, we're still trying to find Leorio's badge.
Yeah, we trying to find his mark.
Do you know who it is? He's like, yeah, this person that's this. He's like, oh, I can smell them.
He was just like, oh, well, how are we gonna find them? It was like, Gon's the perfect person. Gon, can you smell chemicals? This nigga used his sniper rifle nose to hunt down somebody who was fucking miles away in a cave.
It's like, yeah, they're in there. Leorio's like, all right, yo, I'm gonna go do this on my own. It's like, no, the fuck you're not, nigga.
Which I think that was good on Leorio.
Yeah, because he had gotten help up until that point.
Because it ain't even that. They didn't know what they was expecting. And it was Leorio. Well, he kind of tried to tell them to stop. Don't come in. They still ran in. Which you gotta think about that. You got to explain it. Don't come in. It's snakes in here or some shit like that.
All he said was, don't come in. Now we're coming in.
Yes. So you go in there and then you find Leorio's mark, which was a young lady who had the ability to like use chemicals.
And if she is ever attacked or approached, bees come out of her fucking hat. No, it's if she screams or something. Or
it's anything. If
expresses pain or some shit.
Yeah. And it's so crazy that the person she was looking for was a snake charmer. And the same thing on her having an auto defense, he had the same exact thing with his snakes.
And that situation was so fucked up, is her fucking defense killed him because the bees stung him and activated that little shit where if you're allergic to something and you get stung by the bee again, it kills you. That shit happens and kills him, and now she's stuck in the cave because he had a fucking...
He put up a snake trap, so all the snakes was in the cave, in the crevices, and as soon as you try to escape the exit, they would just come out.
And you couldn't approach him because if you approach him, snakes will come out and attack you.
Because he had snakes in his outfit.
Like, that is quite the trap.
Yes. So
That
it was
shit's
nothing
terrible.
It was nothing you can do.
My thing for him was, what was he? Was he just waiting for somebody just to come in and then trap them, take their number?
I don't know, because he was just sitting down perfectly.
That's what I'm saying. Like it feels like when that portion of the exam started, he just found a cave, set up traps, and waited. I'm not stumbling into no cave.
Well, we was there for a week, so you're gonna need cover. You're gonna need, like, you don't know if it's gonna rain. They never say anything about animals, so of course you're gonna have to make yourself like a base where you're safe at night. Because my thing is, he probably went in there to go to sleep.
I was gonna say what he probably did was set that up as a trap, and then during the day wandered around until somebody may have spotted him, and then he can run back to the cave and have the trap set in place.
Yes, I think that would make sense.
Yeah.
So now, I love how Gon picked that shit up, because I know Kurapika was thinking, he was just like, it's only a simple chance. It's a slight chance.
So yeah, them being hard-headed running in there after Leorio anyway.
Yeah, and they all stuck in that cave.
Get trapped in the cave. And so she's explaining to them the situation that's happening. And I like how when they first run in there and they see Leorio's all bit up, and Gon immediately starts to sucking.
Yeah, you did that on purpose. You did that on purpose.
And Leorio's like concerned. He's like, even if you got a cut or something or a cavity, like, bruh, don't do this. Stop. And Gon's a stupid ass like, no, look, no cavities. You were punched in the face yesterday.
You lost a tooth.
The inside of your mouth has to be cut.
I think he may have stayed in that fucking tree for like 2 days.
I don't know.
That nigga was in that junk coming up with bars.
But no, then they're trying to figure out a way out, and Gon's like, fuck it. He got to have the medicine on him somehow.
Well, I like how they did it, because Kurapika was thinking it. And Gon was just like, I think he does have it, Kurapika.
He has to have the antidote on him, y'all. I'm going to go get it. And get bit the fuck up.
He was covered.
He was so bit up, his eye was swollen from where it bit him, the snakes bit him in his face. And luckily, the dude did have the antidote on him.
Which, another thing that, it shows how reckless Gon is.
Exceptionally.
But of course, whenever you dealing with poison, you gotta have the fucking antidote as a fucking, like,
precaution for yourself.
That too, but you also gotta have that as like a bargaining like piece.
True.
So it made sense. You gotta have that with you. So it made sense that Gon took that leap, but it was still very reckless, because if he didn't, you was done. If he felt like he had that much of control over his snakes that he didn't need it, you was fucked.
Yeah. So then they're like,
the show won't name Gon.
They're like, well, we can figure that out. How the fuck are we getting out of here? Gon's like, yeah, that sleeping powder, that sleeping gas. Go ahead, use it.
He was just like, well, my thing is to be able to get out of here, you're gonna have to at least need like a minute and a half to get everybody out. He was like, oh.
Well, first he said, they were like, how are we going to get out if everybody's asleep? He's like, I'll carry you out. Like, how, nigga? You going to be asleep too? I can hold my breath for a decade.
Bruh, and then carried niggas as twice his fucking weight on his back.
That shit was so impressive. He carried 3 grown bodies out of there while holding his breath. That is crazy cardio, strength, endurance. All of that is crazy.
Yeah, gotta give Gon love on that one.
And then went to the girl, took her badge while she was asleep, and was like, this is payment for getting you out of there, fuck nigga. It was like, it's been real, got a blast.
And then that's when it went to Killua's on how he got his badges.
Which was, that whole time, that dude was following Killua, and Killua knew it and was like, bro, you gonna come out or you gonna make me come out? Come get you. Well, how we gonna play this? Because I'm getting bored with you. You are annoying me.
And that nigga thought he was lucky because his brother showed up.
They beat his ass. Because they was like, so his brother showed up and he's like, you still telling this little kid? Why you ain't go out there and get the badge from him already? What the fuck are you doing? Started stomping him out. Like, you a bitch, bro. What's wrong with you? Killer was like, all right, y'all getting on my nerves now. And they was like, man, let's stomp this kid out. Ran through them niggas.
He was just like, my nigga, I'll kill y'all niggas. Give me y'all badges.
And it's crazy. Like, so he got the badge that he needed. And the other 2 brothers, he took their badges and flung them to 2 different directions of the island.
And then the thing that made it smart is he realized that somebody else was marking the other dudes.
And yeah, he knew that somebody else was in the bushes or in the trees observing what he was doing. So right before he threw the badges, he switched them mid-throw and tossed them and made the dude think that the badge that he needed was in the direction that Killer was flung it. And he ended up getting the wrong fucking badge.
And then that nigga had to get 2 more.
Yeah.
So, and then I love how well niggas disguise themselves at the ending of the exam, because they were just like, well, you know, it's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers there just waiting to finish the exam. Everybody was right there.
Yep.
Niggas couldn't even find them. So I thought that was great. And then you get to see everybody's, like, you know, accomplishment on the badges.
Yeah.
And then afterwards they get on the airship.
We may have to stop here. It's 11:49.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Earlier you were just like, it's an hour left. I was like, oh, we gonna go in.
And we just explained that shit for an hour. Next week we'll talk about the final part of the 100 exams. Until next time.